You understand what I'm saying?
Not in the way you're saying it.
So what way are you trying to convey to me? That's
He created everything.
He created everything?
He can be everywhere if he wanted to.
No, what do you mean
in a
he can
physical
be?
form. Not in a physical form.
What do you mean not in physical form?
Jesus, because you're
so when I say that
diverting-
God is somewhere, I'm meaning that he's in a specific place. You said that God is everywhere. That means he has to be in every single place, including Earth. So if he's on Earth, then you've just affirmed
That's what I'm trying to explain.
then you've just affirmed the Trinity for us, because
No,
then
I didn't.
God the Son can become human.
No.
Well, why can't he? Why can't he? You just said that God is everywhere. That means he has to be on Earth.
Yeah, but not in a physical. Not how you're saying.
Not in a
it.
physical state.
When you dream of something, are you there in the physical
Well, first of all, I didn't invite you to the conversation. You should have
I'm
answered.
going to go into the conversation.
But second of all, I want you to answer this question because you're the one who made the statement. You made the statement, God is everywhere. So you answer the question.
Not in a physical. I told you, not in a physical form.
So in what
He
way? In what way?
I don't know. He just made everything, isn't it?
Is God like his creation?
Is God like his creation?
Yeah, is God like his creation?
What do you mean? Does he like it or does he?
No,
like
is God like his creation? So is God by nature like his creation?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
No, it's answer. Well, the Quran says that God is not like his creation. So the question I'd ask you and any Muslim in this park is, how can Allah be everywhere if God is unlike his creation?
What do you mean? So how can he create?
I didn't say create. Did I use the word create?
No. So
I said
how
you
can
said
he
to me
be
that
like his
God is
creation?
everywhere if he's unlike his creation.
He's not like his creation, is he?
He's not like his creation. So how can he be anywhere?
We're human form.
We're human form.
Yeah.
Granted, but how can God be like his creation? So, for example, how can God be unlike his creation if you believe he's everywhere? Because he has to be like his creation in order to be like.
Everywhere, I don't mean as in like in how you're making it out to be as in everywhere.
But you need to explain that then. What I'm saying is, explain to me what you mean by everywhere.
Everyone means he's seeing, hearing, looking at everything.
So you mean his knowledge then?
Yeah.
Is God's knowledge eternal?
Yeah.
So God's knowledge has no beginning and no end, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Right. So if you're telling me that God's knowledge is in creation, then that would therefore mean that God has to be in creation because God's knowledge is eternal just like he is.
Yeah, you lost me there.
You want me to explain why you're getting confused?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be honest, you don't understand Islam as well as you think you do. You claim that I had, for example, I'm sorry if I spit on you a bit.
Yeah, it's all right.
But basically, you claimed that I did. The reason why you left Christianity is because you couldn't understand the Trinity.
Yeah.
But I'm claiming that you don't understand even Islam or even God as well as you think you do.
Islam it makes more sense.
But it doesn't.
It does. It does.
For example,
Jesus
from
was
what
a
I just
prophet.
said.
Jesus was a prophet. He's been sent to convey a message, meaning you follow him, his words that you're what the Creator was sent him to do.
Right.
Right. Same as all the other prophets.
What prophets?
All the prophets.
So what prophets do you know of?
Abraham, Moses.
Who was Abraham?
Ishmael.
So I want to start with Abraham first because
Yeah.
he's one of the first prophets.
Yeah, he's one of the fathers. Yeah. The founding fathers. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the father of fathers,
Yeah.
right? So what was Abraham? Who or what was Abraham?
He was a man.
He was a man, but what was he doing? What was his point? What was his mission?
To basically convey the message that there's only one God worth of worship, which is God.
First of all, that's not who Abraham was. Do you know what?
Who was Abraham?
So, for example, the Bible has an historical Abraham. The Bible was chosen not to spread the word, the meaning that God is one. No, he was told by the God of Abraham or his God, Yahweh, that through him a nation would come. Now, for example, I want to ask you this question because it's related to the question of who's Abraham is, right? Jacob is a child of Abraham. What does Jacob mean?
I don't know.
Okay, Jacob means Israel.
Okay.
Right. The children of Israel are mentioned in the Quran, right?
Yeah.
Why are they called the children of Israel?
Because they're the children of. They're gonna come from that tribe. No.
No, not just that. You have a point there. It wasn't just that. The reason why they're called Israel is, think of the language, Israel. El at the end of the word.
Yeah.
Right. El is a specific deity in the Jewish Old Testament relating to the Jewish God, right? That's why they were called Israel in the first place. They were always also called Israel, get this, because they were given a line of covenant from Abraham. You don't have this in the Quran. You don't even know who Abraham is, and you don't know who the children of Israel are. So already I've just shown you from your own sources, by the way, that you don't know the God of Abraham. You don't even know your own God. Yet your God is claiming that Abraham came to serve one God. But that's not what the Old Testament means. For example, who's Moses?
He was another prophet.
But what did he do? What was his point?
Same message.
So not entirely. Because again, What does the Quran say about Moses? Could you explain what the Quran says about Moses?
So to be honest with you, my knowledge is not as in depth, but I do know that all the prophets came with a message.
So you
and to simplify it, that message was that not to believe in idols, to believe in one God, one Creator, and Day of Judgment.
Well, you understand the Aztecs, for example, they believe in one God.
Okay.
Did you know that? Don't be distracted.
Yeah.
But did you know that the Aztecs believed in one God?
I don't know.
Did you know there were many monotheist religions? For example, the people who followed Dagon, right? They believed in one God.
Paganism.
No, Dagon.
Oh, Dagon. No,
They were pagan, yes, but they believed in a God called Dagon, who was one God. So
don't
what does that tell me about Allah? Nothing. What do you know about Allah as a person? Does Allah love you?
He's not a person.
He's not a person, so what is he?
He's a God.
But what does Allah love you?
Of course he does.
How has he shown his
creation.
love? But how has he shown his love? By effect, how has he shown his love?
Have you not got eyesight? Can you not see me? Have you not got can you walk?
No, that wasn't a gift, that was creation. Remember, it's something given to somebody is given on the premise that they've done something nice,
it's not a
two,
gift.
one.
So what is it then?
And
What do you mean by
secondly,
creation?
a gift has to have somebody to receive it. If you don't exist, then it's not necessarily a gift. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not a gift that you're given eyesight because you are created with that purpose, whether you like it or not.
So you think you're deserving of your eyesight, your hearing, your senses?
You're not understanding what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, for example, my mother and my father gave birth to me, right?
Yeah.
That's not a gift because I didn't choose that, did I?
Okay.
Right? But if they then gave me a present, like a new bike or a new car, that would be a gift because that's something given to a recipient who has been given a gift by somebody else.
Okay.
We're saying as Christians that God is love and that he loves others.
Yeah.
Your God, having created the world, who did he love?
What do you mean, who did he love?
Who did he love?
This is all of his creation. He made it. It's a test.
Right, but who did he love? Like, I'm asking you a question because Allah, according to the Quran, is called the most merciful and the most loving.
Yeah.
So who did he love?
His followers who worship him.
His followers.
Yeah.
So before creation, who did he love? Who could he have loved?
I don't know.
Nobody, because there was nobody else.
Well, that's irrelevant before creation.
No, and it is relevant because Allah says He's the most loving and He's the all loving.
Yeah.
So if He loved nobody before
creation,
creation,
about pre-existence?
the reason why I am is because if before creation Allah didn't love anybody,
Did He not create Adam and Eve? Did He not love Adam and Eve?
Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So before creation He didn't love anybody. That therefore infers that Allah had nobody to love. Therefore infers that Allah isn't all loving.
All right. So that's the same with Jesus then.
No.
So if Jesus wasn't born, who was God before him?
So we believe that God is in Trinity, He's triune nature. So God is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So all three persons love each other. So before creation, they love each other.
That's why. How could it be three people?
Well, I want to ask you this question.
Yeah.
Do you know the being of God? Honestly, do you know the being of God?
What do you mean the being of God? Like what?
So how God functions in Him, His being, His essence. Like you know how I function. I'm a human.
Yeah.
I have a heart. I have all this stuff. Do you know what God's heart is? Do you know what God's being is? You don't.
No.
But you're telling me that how can God do this and that? Do you see the contradiction there?
Yeah, because everything he's asking us to do in the religion is this is the man you need to speak to.
But,
His knowledge is a bit superior to mine.
Maybe, but I'm speaking to you. Because the problem I'm having here is you're telling me that God is all loving, God is all those things, right?
He is.
And God's being is, but you also said that God's being is unlike His creation. It's not like us. You understand what I'm saying?
100% it's not.
So if it's not like His creation, then first of all, who's He loving? And second of all, how do we know what God is? What is God?
Well, He told us in the scriptures who He is.
Well, who is He then?
He's the creator who created everything. And He's got rules that we need to go by.
What is He made of?
Why is that even relevant?
I'm asking this question because you said to me it doesn't make sense that God can be free.
Why is it relevant?
The reason why I'm asking this question.
Why is it relevant?
All right, so allow me to finish.
Ask me this. You've seen a car.
So allow me to finish.
You know the car's purpose. Why is it relevant?
Is Allah a car? Is Allah a car?
No, but I'm just giving you an example.
Yeah, but it's Allah a car?
No.
Allah is unlike His creation as you said. Right? That was your words. Right? So how can Allah who is Allah in His being? Who is Allah in His being? What is Allah? What is He made of? You don't know. Are you going to say Allah Amin? Are you going to say Allah Amin? You don't know. Do you not know?
What do you mean what he's created of. Like,
I'm asking you, what is Allah made of?
we don't know what. I
You
don't
don't
know
know.
what he's made of.
You don't know.
No.
So the same way you appeal to no knowledge, you don't know mystery, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah.
The same way I tell you, I don't know why the Trinity functions that way. What are you going to say to me?
Yeah, but the Trinity doesn't make sense.
But why does it have to?
But if
Remember,
you-
you just said
if
to
someone
me,
came
no,
to
brother,
me-
you don't listen to what I'm saying.
Look.
You just said to me, I don't know what God's being is,
Yeah.
but now you're saying the Trinity doesn't make any sense.
Because the
Follow
Trinity,
my logic.
you're following. I'm
Follow-
following one.
Follow my
One
logic.
God.
Yeah, I'm following
You're
one God as well.
No, three.
I'm not following three
And
gods.
you're following a human being.
I've asked you a question. Who's a God? You said you don't know.
What do you mean? Who's God?
I asked you a question. Who is a God? What is a God made of? You said you don't
No,
know.
no. You told me what is God made of.
Yes,
I said, I don't know what he's
you
made
don't
of.
know,
But
right?
I do know.
What?
I'm
Hold on. How can
praying-
you say? How can you say then that it can't be the case that God can be three in one?
Because why would he be three in one when he could be just one?
You've answered my question for me. I'm afraid. But anyway, it's a nice conversation.
Likewise, honestly,
And any more questions you got, come and ask me them, bro. Here's one. Yeah, it's all love, anyway.
But he's been a lot of semantics. A lot of semantics.
I mean, you call it semantics, but I believe on camera at least you've admitted my point. And what I want you to do is watch this on Soul Cult or Revelation 22:13, right? Watch it back again and really hear the answers I was giving you, right? All right. Well, God bless anyway. Say it good. All right, that's one. Yeah, God bless. Yeah, do you want to come up here? I don't know where JC is. Yeah. So I'm just going to say this. Look, ultimately, like Muslims will continuously parrot the same question regarding Allah's being. I have to show it a bit because obviously can't hear myself think out here. But basically, look, when Muslims claim that there is no way for God to be three persons, one being, I simply ask them, as every Christian should, what is Allah made of and what is Allah's being? If you can't answer these questions, then you cannot specifically give us a good, reasonable answer as to why the Trinity is incoherent or illogical. It makes no sense. In order to be something logical, it has to conform to something called the law of non-contradiction. But if you don't even have that in Islam, for example, the Maliki schools of thought, for example, the Afari schools of thought that says you have no authority to even philosophize. If that's the case, then you as Muslims cannot argue against our religion in terms of what we believe until you get your own source of mystery. Right, appeals to mystery are not helpful for the Islamic religion. But yeah, God bless. We love Muslims. Take care.